Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 291. I am B.
Chick.
And I'm Ryan.
How we doing? We're
All right.
back on a Sunday.
Sunday. 1-0, baby.
It's yeah, not to them. To them, it's a Wednesday.
That's
probably.
true.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I
But
always forget.
we're recording this on a Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Wednesday, by the way, is the anniversary of me being with you guys for 1 year.
Is it really?
Yeah,
So
we-
this is really your
we,
one-year
we
anniversary.
recorded a year ago. Tuesday will be.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that. Time flies.
Yeah.
Time does fly. Mm-hmm. This week felt fast.
No
mean,
way.
No.
For me,
I
it felt very
like it
fast.
felt so. I was just waiting for that Nick game all week.
I was too, but it just seemed like it went fast for me.
Not me.
By the way, I had I texted Chick. I don't think I texted you, Ryan. I had like a mini meltdown on stage this week.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to like have a seizure. I don't know what that feels like, but I felt like I was dealing with it. You know when sometimes the light is in your face so bright
Yeah.
and you start seeing stuff?
Yeah.
It was like
that.
affecting me.
I find it funny you call it almost a seizure, but I got through it because seizures are usually something that you don't just
Well,
get
as I
through
preface,
on
I don't-
stage.
As I said
It's not like an
first-
anxiety attack where you can breathe. You can't breathe a seizure
A
out.
seizure out,
Yeah.
exactly. So I feel like it was an
It
anxiety
wasn't.
attack.
I felt like it was definitely an anxiety attack. But it felt like my anxiety felt like I'm gonna have a seizure right now. That's what
Right,
my head went
right,
to.
right.
Like I knew I wasn't gonna.
I believe you.
But it was so weird, and I think after thinking about it, because what happened was I went up there, I started talking, and then I just like the light like messed my eye up, and I just drew a blank, and I couldn't like my thoughts were all scrambled. And I was like, I'm having a lot of medical issues. This one's real. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And I see the host start walking towards me, and it's Steve Rocco Perillo, so he's wearing a big coat, and that was freaking me. Like the whole thing,
Yeah, it's
like
Grim
the
Reaper's
Grim
coming out.
Reaper's
it felt like
coming
that. And then like the audience, like I'm watching, like it felt like it was happening in slow motion. Like the people there were like didn't know what to. I'm the first comic of the night.
Yeah,
And in retrospect, I just don't think I was prepared for the show. And I think
Really?
I just drew a blank. I'm playing this stupid Monopoly Go before the show. Like, not thinking about my set.
Yeah,
How
Not-
addicting is it?
It's,
you're getting cocky.
Yeah.
You're getting like
Yeah. And it was across the street from my house. So, like, which is, I think is not great because you should have that drive to, like, think about what you're going to do. Usually I sit down, write my set. And I think I just
Dude.
walked outside,
Yeah.
playing the stupid Monopoly game, got on stage, and then just
Realize like I should have maybe looked at my notes before.
and then
this.
Yeah.
and then the lights were in my eyes, and I'm like, and I'm scrambled with my thoughts. So
Were you trying to? Were you going to do some like new jokes or something that
I
night?
wasn't. I was doing a guest spot, so I was like, I'll do all the old stuff that works, and I don't know.
That's an interesting way to treat a guest spot. I feel like a guest spot is a good spot to do new stuff.
I was going up first. It was kind of a light audience. I want to
Warm 'em
get
up a little bit.
I want to get a good warm them up. I want to get some laughs right up top.
Make the whoever's running the show not regret putting you up.
Yeah, and I did have a new thing. I was gonna go in there, sneak it in towards the end, towards the
Yeah.
middle end. But yeah. Also, I read.
Your meniscus chunk.
I ended up doing that, but like I'm already.
That's not new anymore.
It doesn't
yeah.
feel new, and I'm already. It's not going to be a lasting thing. That's why I posted it.
Yeah.
But I did have another one I wanted to work on. Also, I think this messed me up. This is my own fault. Somebody in the audience had screamed something out about something I said, and I didn't have much to say to her. So I was just like, "Oh, you're alone at the bar," and she goes, no, my husband's the bartender. And I like had nothing to say.
Yeah.
And then I started doing so it was all just
That's
weird.
gotta suck to have so much pressure to as a comics now to have to do crowd work when you just don't want to do crowd work. Like
I like crowd work too, but like if it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah, right.
I'm laughing just because I was thinking like the whole brain scramble thing. That happens a lot to me.
Oh, I know. I'm like, after I got off stage, I was like, this must be what it's like to live in Chick's brain for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
I think it's you're going like this and you see this trench coat coming towards you. It's like you're going to fucking hell.
It did
And
feel
it's
that way.
just Rocco
It did feel that way.
Perillo.
What's he go by these days? Is it Stephen Rocco Perillo or just
I think
Stephen
it's
Perillo?
Steve Rocco, no Perillo.
Is it?
He's the P. Diddy of Long Island comedy.
He is.
And I mean that in more than ways than one.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Are those new boots you got?
I'm giving them a soft break in. Yeah,
I like
just got them. They're my work boots. They're
Are
my
they?
new work boots, but I don't want to go to work the first day like
They
with
look
them.
tremendous.
I
What size shoe are you?
14.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying about that.
Yeah, like,
all
you know,
makes
I
sense.
gotta wear, you know, it's gotta be steel toe. You know,
I hate a steel toe boot.
Do you?
I have to
too
wear
for
one.
work.
Yeah,
Well, when I my old job,
Yeah.
I had to, and I just hate it.
I like the comfort it gives. Like it feels
safety?
The
You
safety.
can't fit that whole foot on the screen. Let's be honest.
That's a big.
That looks like a killer's shoe.
it's
does.
better. It's actually my favorite looking work boot I've ever had. So I'm excited to.
They look like the OJ shoes.
Usually, like I look.
Does.
I don't know. I didn't know they were. It was an OJ specific shoe.
I forget the actual shoe it was, but they were like a loafer.
I don't know what brand this is. So my last boots were like not waterproof. Every time it would rain, they would just like
Soak through.
It's like they would take the water and like suck it through into my sock. My foot was like
That's not good.
There's nothing worse than
Than a wet
stepping
sock.
like a wet sock in a shoe,
Yeah.
feeling all day. And you
absolutely.
can't
and it's
get
just
it out.
and you can literally hear it.
Yeah.
So I bought these on Amazon. And then I wanted to buy like a waterproof spray. They have like the silicone spray you can spray them with to get like super
So it, like, shoots
super
off of
waterproof
it?
them. Yeah, it just like seals all the things and it gives it a nice coating of silicone so it doesn't get. But I was trying to buy it like in real life. So I'm like, oh, I'll go to Red Wings. They probably have like some good product. You know, like I'm not buying Red Wing boots for $300, but
In
I'll,
real life, though, right?
yeah, like I went to the store. There's a store right here. Yeah, like not on, like not
how
online.
It's real life.
Yeah.
though. It's, that just made me laugh.
Because not online.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like online is fake.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is, but it is. You know, I get it.
I just wanted to have them like today. Like I wanted to have them like the day my boots came in the mail. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have this stuff. So I'm trying to. So I go in there. I'm like, hey, you got any like waterproof thing? He goes, no, we got this stuff. And it looked like it was like just like a leather treatment. And I'm pretty sure this is fake leather.
yeah.
So, but I bought it and I regretted buying it like immediately. First of all, they asked me for my number, but I'm not giving you my number. I don't give it out.
They
He's
want
like-
to spam you.
I'm
He's
not
like, all right.
doing that anymore.
So he goes, can I just get your phone number? I said, yeah, I don't give it out. And he's like, he looks like, all right. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, And Joe List was posting this about, he tried to buy sneakers and they were asking for his phone number. Then he said, like, the guy was like, I can't sell it to you without a phone number.
And he
So
left.
I was like, you don't need my phone number.
I went
So-
to a burger place. I don't know. Did I tell you guys on this?
I don't think
I
so.
went to a burger place, young kid,
Yeah.
new burger place. He says, I ordered one cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And he goes, could I get your phone number? I'm like, what, are you going to call me?
Oh, you mentioned this.
Yeah.
I think I told you. I was like, you going to call me?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. I'm like, well, I'm not giving you my number then.
Yeah.
And it like, they don't know how to handle it. I'm like, put your number in there. I don't.
That's so this is what happened. So yeah, I tell him I don't give up my number. He figured it out. He bought it. So then a couple of days later, I'm like, I don't want this product. It was more expensive. I just wanted the spray stuff. It's like called like kiwi boot spray.
pulled
I know
bait.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pressured into buying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like pressured to buy. I was like, yeah, I guess this is the best option. It seemed like it was good, but I didn't even get the boot yet. So I was like, this seems like, and you have to also brush it on. You have to buy a brush
I
and a
have that
gel,
brush.
and you have to like brush it on. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. Like, I'll spray a boot. I'm not going to sit down because he's like, you have to do it like every couple months. I'm like, I got home. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
months.
I'm not doing this every couple months.
I do it, and it's fantastic. I got the.
like-
I have a Red Wing boot.
You are somebody who would brush your boot every few months.
Unlace it. Not every 3 months, but every 6 months maybe. Unlace it. I put the leather treatment on there.
It's a nice little. You like the.
I feel good
experience
about
of
it,
He
yeah.
just does things like that make me feel better about himself.
It's true.
I used to do that as a kid. I would
Yeah.
clean up sit down and clean up my shoes.
So what happened now?
Well, but I used to have a pair of Red Wings.
Yeah.
Because my company, like, they had some voucher, like, you know, it was like $150 towards
Right.
Red Wings, and then you still have to pay $100 on
they're
top of it.
they're very expensive.
So I'm like, yeah, and I
never
loved them.
owned
I
Red
loved them, but
Wings.
I still ripped them to shreds. Like
Yeah.
I work my boots to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I can't be buying $250 boots once a year. You know.
Those Red Wings for me, I'm on almost 4 years.
Yeah,
with them now.
I guess I work harder than you. Is really what
That's
it comes down to.
no, mine are well,
I put hole like I just. Do you have a hand
What
truck?
do you
You
do
have,
that
you have
you're
a hand
doing
truck.
this
You have to
thing-
kick out.
I do,
stuff?
but what you're not doing is you're not every few months treating them.
You're right.
So I'm treating them.
You're right.
So maybe we both work hard. I just treat my boots better. But mine are pretty ripped up as well.
Yeah. But I think they also have like a program where you can bring your boots in. Like they will like
They'll
either-
resole them.
Or resole.
I'm a
them.
big
Yeah.
Red Wing guy.
Yeah,
I've
they're
never
good
seen
boots.
so much. Like
I got a Red Wing wallet too.
none of this has ever crossed my mind when it comes to boots. Like
Yeah.
taking care of the boot, like you
Well,
guys do.
When you work on your feet, you got to take care of your feet all day. You got to get comfortable shoes. You got.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just never had Red Wings or any like. I just never had a boot. I guess that was
Well, yeah, you're not.
nice enough that I felt like I got to make.
Do you
this
you also have a little heel on it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
He likes.
I need a little
heel.
lift.
Yeah. No, it feels good too.
I'll be honest. I thought about buying lifts a few times.
But like every time I buy boots, I'm like, can I go downstairs with these?
That's the thing. Yeah.
know?
You can. You'll
'Cause
learn.
yeah,
So
they're
you,
so cloggy.
have you ever wore the lifts though? Have you ever tried lifts, B?
No, but sometimes I get like the internet thing where they put the lifts in the shoe, give me a couple of inches,
Yeah.
and I've thought about it.
Yeah. So these are the ones you put inside the shoe, and they give you a lift.
Yeah, I don't have these, and I'm not going to do it. I want to let everybody know that. But if somebody out there were to buy it for me, I would try it out.
Yeah.
You know, like who? I don't know. I mean,
if it makes you feel good.
I'm fake
Women
already.
are out there putting on makeup and
I'm
hair.
putting
and,
on
like,
makeup.
Yeah.
Why
So what's the
not?
big deal?
Might as well wear
It's
pumps.
all how you present yourself.
Where do so lifts in general? I always thought they were like it's like a bottom part of the heel.
They have
or
a new age lift.
but that's what they used to be, like the big bulky thing that was on the bottom, right? Like by your heel.
I guess so. I don't
Well, that
know.
was the DeSantis was accused of wearing lifts, right?
Yeah.
He was accusing DeSantis of wearing
Was
like,
he really? Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah, he had like a big chunky heel.
I mean, those are just ridiculous because you can clearly see.
Well, that's why I'm saying I always thought they were like blatantly obvious. It was like the big heels, though, right?
Maybe in the 80s, but you know, in the 80s back then, everything was obvious.
But it was cool in the 80s.
I don't think it was cool. Well,
But it's funny
it was
because like
a
these
certain-
Red Wings, a lot of these Red Wings, they have like an actual heel. Like if you look at it, there's an actual chunk of heel on them. I
Yeah,
used to
well,
work.
yours
I used
don't
to,
have any heel. No, I guess not.
flat.
Yeah, mine has a heel.
Yeah, so I used to work with a guy who was like shorter, and he always it was like a big chunky heel. And I'm like, oh, how cute! He wants to get a couple extra inches on himself.
I never thought of it that way, but
But like I think most
do
Red
make
Wing,
me
most
feel-
Red Wings are like that. It's probably good for your feet to have it that way. I just every
I
time I
think
see
so.
it, I'm like, oh, cute.
I feel like that's not though. I feel like for posture and your back, I can't imagine a.
well, you're not walking like you're wearing a Jimmy
Yeah, that's
Choo.
fine.
Kinda, I'm thinking like 70s
they're not
Travolta.
No, you wouldn't
with,
even
like-
notice. You wouldn't even notice. I know exactly where his mind is going. Like he's thinking these big, like we're
I'm
walking.
just like, who the fuck would ever wear that?
Open-toed work boots with a big with a big
With
pump
the
on
big
it,
heel walking around. Dun, 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 dun,
If I were to wear my boots
like
and
my Red Wings.
see my heel, you would not even you wouldn't think twice.
All right.
So I went to return the stuff, and I was actually had a moment. I'm like, I was talking to Monique. I'm like, I feel like B right now because I'm trying to come up with excuses why I need to return this stuff 2 days later. Like, I'm gonna come up with a lie. I'm like, just
Yeah.
gonna walk in and be like. So I just walked in. I'm like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't know why.
So
I
you
bought
did
this.
return it.
I returned it. I just told him. I said, yeah, I don't need this.
B would have
And it was
went
the
in
same
there and
guy.
bought another one.
It was the same.
Did the guy go? Well, to return it, I need your phone number.
Yes.
he did.
Yes.
Oh my
So-
god! I'm sorry, I jumped the gun on that.
No, it's perfect. So yeah, he goes, "Oh my god!" And he goes, "All right, can I get your number?" I said, "Yeah, I didn't give it to you when I bought them." So,
You don't need it this
and I think he was kind of new, and I feel like you feel like such an asshole. But at the same time, like they know it's ridiculous, but they have to ask for the number. But I feel like if you were the customer, you would be the same. You would be annoyed just as I am. But
I've been in both situations.
yeah,
I feel like sometimes I just don't care that much, but then later I'm always wondering why I have so much fucking spam.
Yeah.
But I understand why they ask. If they get like, you don't understand if you're in that retail or even like, that's like one of the biggest things is get their information, get their information, get their information. Get
email accounts, like email
phone.
lists. That stuff is so valuable. To
Yeah.
First of all, you can sell it off,
Yep.
and like to have. So they wanted to give me a membership or an account.
But now you're always in there for every time they want to push something, you're on that email list.
Hey, that's why we're in the information age. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, please take that sip.
Appreciate it.
Choke on it.
The information age. They want your information.
Yes,
I don't know why you guys all looked at me like I'm crazy.
because the way you declared it, like it was an impressive thing to say.
I thought it was.
So
on.
I told him, like, yeah, I didn't give him my number. He goes, well, I need an account to return it. I said, do you have an account? And he goes, yeah. I go, put it onto yours.
What a move.
I'm like, yeah, put the return on your account. So the manager comes out, and the guy's like trying to figure it out. He's like, yeah, the problem is like the account's on their different credit card. It might flag the return. It might not go through if it's not your account. If you have it's not your number. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? Not return this thing? So I'm like, all right, fine. So I'm like, I don't have to give him my number. I can just give him, you remember the Jerky Boys? They used to give it, like, there was one bit where he gives a fake number, and like the 555 number.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, my number's 555 5785. So I'm like, I'll just give him the Jerky Boys number when he asks. So, and like, he's gonna look at me like, really? I'm like, yeah, that's my number.
He's
Put
not
it down.
going to know the Jerky Boys, though.
Yeah, but it's even like the 555
555.
is a joke. Like, so yeah, what's your number? It's 555 5785. Like, he's gonna look at me like he knows I'm bullshitting, but I don't know, put that number in. It doesn't matter. I don't
It's
care.
my number.
Yeah, that's my number. You gonna tell me it's not? Yeah.
And that worked?
So I never got to that. So he said,
There's nothing that's not
so
going to work.
he just asked me for my name, and then never had to ask me for my number, and then the return just went through. So I gave him my name, but not my number, and it went through. So maybe he just put in a fake number.
You should
why
just
not?
come up with a fake profile. Like, when anybody ever asks you for that, it's
yeah.
a name. You should almost have an email that you don't
I have an
ever-
email that I don't like. I never check. It's just like it's a burner email. I'll
That's a good
hand
idea.
that out to
That's a good idea.
So sign up here for a free T-shirt and you get this, and it's like, yeah, here's my email address. I'll never see that.
That's smart.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like is how everybody is at a place in their day where they're in a situation like that. And I've gotten this a few times now where they're like in a weird position and they're like, I felt like I was you. Nobody ever feels like me when they win. It's always when they're like, they're like
it's just a matter of like
screwed up.
Well,
That-
no,
yeah.
go.
No, you go.
My mother's now a big fan of B.
Now.
I'm a big fan now.
Well, no,
Took
but
a while
she's
to come
just
around.
been and so I send her, all his clips, and I sent that one that you did on. I don't know if
TikTok?
you put it on TikTok. Was it the about how you have all your issues now?
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
like, I get a kick out of these.
the one that Ryan did.
Oh, you made that?
Well, he filmed
The
it.
clip, the stand-up clip.
No, well, yeah, it was the beard one.
Was he on stage telling it
Yeah.
on stage, or
Yeah,
was he
yeah,
talking
the
into
one
the
on
into the
stage.
phone?
Both. There was 2 videos.
Yeah, they're both. Yeah.
You did both of them?
Well,
Well, no.
I filmed this one on stage, but then he did a longer one on TikTok.
Yeah, the TikTok one.
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt.
So
you.
I think it's hysterical. And B also had a little issue with my mother on Monopoly Go.
Again, Monopoly Go. She was
crushing
hitting me.
a, crushing a board. Oh, she was crushing.
Yeah,
you.
so B
So
threatened
she
my
doesn't
mother.
know the etiquette.
And I
that's-
sent it to her, and she just got, oh, he's so funny. She gets a kick out of him.
He threatened my mother. He says I didn't threaten.
What'd you say?
I said she's got to back off.
So
But
did you have the same conversation with her that you had with B last week about 2 weeks ago? About etiquette?
She didn't realize who he was. They both just, it's Monopoly. You don't realize who the other person
That's
is.
the problem.
I'm seeing like ads for Monopoly now. It's like
It's a
big
fantastic,
thing.
addicting
it's
game.
probably our fault. I want to get rid of it because I'm too addicted to it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Ridiculous.
He's ruining his comedy over it.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to stuff.
So you come up a lot too when talk about feeling like you when you're not winning.
Yeah.
So early in the Adult Babies podcast, in my re-listen, you were talking about walking down the aisle with somebody, and with arm
know
in
this one.
arm with a woman,
Yeah.
but you were holding her arm from the back,
Right,
like you
yeah.
you took the ladies' position.
She walked me down the aisle.
So I laughed so hard. I thought that was so funny, and I told Monique about that. So sometimes we'll be walking around the street, and I'll grab her from the back, and I'll act like an old man, and she's got to walk me around. And I'm like, let's do the bee walk. Like,
The bee
and I grab her from behind, and she walks me. She
There's a
does
great
manly.
picture of that, of us walking down the aisle.
It's but the subtlety. It's so weird that we pick up on the subtlety of like this versus this. Like I'm behind, I'm in front. Like how does that go from masculine to feminine to
know.
alpha to beta to man to woman? Like
I don't know.
How is that?
But if you
that-
look at the picture, I definitely look like the woman.
Yeah.
Well, because the guy's usually just standing straight and the girl's almost grasping him to
Yeah.
take me.
Yeah. And she's got
it's
her
just-
arm.
It was me grasping, take me.
Take
Yeah.
me, yeah, because he's so,
Yeah. So we
Sensitive.
relive that pretty frequently, and it's funny.
good.
Yeah, we
I'm
have,
glad.
we have a good laugh at that. It's because it feels so funny to be.
But you feel it. It's
Yeah,
different.
I feel
It's a
like also like I'm
blatant
bigger than her,
difference.
so it's like I feel like like it's just so it's such an
Stupid fucking idiot.
that's great.
What are you guys' thoughts on Jersey Mike's?
Well, when I was eating meat, I love Jersey Mike's. Yeah, there's zero for a vegetarian to eat there, but I do like Jersey Mike's quite a bit.
I'm having a Jersey Mike's renaissance right now. I'm loving it. I bought the pepper relish. They sell it. Have you ever
So your
had?
taste is fully back.
Not fully back because I tried the chip. I tried a Dorito Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
Couldn't taste nothing. I mean, it's lightly coming back, but not like. But the Jersey, I'm starting to get that thing back, and I am obsessed with
What's your-
Jersey.
what's your
order? What's your go-to order there?
I get a number 7 turkey provolone mini. I always do mini because a mini is like a size of a regular big sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't need no big thing, you
I
know.
don't need no big thing.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I do it Mike's way. You got to do it Mike's way.
That's no mayo though. That's just oil and vinegar.
It's so they do oil, vinegar, and then tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then they do like a blend of oregano
Yeah.
and salt, I believe. But I do get mayo on it.
With oil and vinegar.
Mike's way with mayo.
Interesting.
Oh, it's
He's going to be
I've
so
done that,
fat
yeah.
so
So that was my
soon.
order too. And it seems kind of boring with everything out on the menu to get the turkey and provolone, but
it's-
I always
it's a
prefer.
good-
I always like that, and it
Yeah.
feels like the healthier
It is.
sandwich they have.
It is.
Have you ever tried? Because everybody loves the Philly and the chicken cheesesteaks.
That's
there.
my next thing I'm gonna get.
Because I deliver to Jersey Mike's.
You do?
and they when I deliver, they're like, "Oh, can I get you a sandwich?" And I have to be like, "No, you don't have anything for me."
Yeah.
But I used to love.
That's only recent, though.
Yeah, but now, but I just
can get-
I delivered that yesterday, and I was
Yeah, but
like,
you
I
can
was
get,
like,
they do have the veg. It's basically just
bunch of
lettuce,
ve-
tomato,
yeah, I don't
and
need that.
yeah.
And then I don't want the bread. And,
The bread is a lot. That rosemary bread though. Whew.
but we bring them a lot of that beef and chicken. Like they get
do.
order a lot of that. So yeah,
I promised myself because I was getting a little. I've had
Is it fresh?
yeah, well, yeah, everything's fresh. They slice it fresh.
Yeah.
It's- yeah.
I've
Danny,
only been there once in a while.
Danny
but I
DeVito.
enjoy
They're
it.
popping up
Model.
everywhere.
they're
They
all
are.
over the place, and it's just so good. I had 3. I went to Jersey Mike's 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I said this. I gotta. I'm done for the month.
Wow.
So like I'm gonna give it a couple weeks. When I come back though, I'm hitting that Philly cheese.
Yeah.
That Jersey Mike's Philly cheese. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it smells good when it's on the oven, and they bake the
I
fresh.
wanna
They
Fucking
bake.
smash that.
what?
He's just holding it like you're like a Beverly Hills friggin' like teenage runaway slurping your fucking drink macchiato.
It's an iced tea, unsweetened. Anyway, I just felt like I had, and then I went so far to buy the pepper relish, which I like too.
Wow.
But I get it on the side.
Yeah.
And I got that. They sell it in bottles now. So I
Love
got
buying condiments. It's got a fridge full of condiments, but nothing else.
But I can't taste much.
He
Yeah.
went a couple weeks ago when you guys came separately. He goes, I got to go by myself, so
Yeah.
I'll meet you there. He goes, because I got to stop at Target to pick up. It was like a sauce or something, right? You had to get?
It was what it was.
That was his whole reason. It's like I can't go with chickens. I got to go to Target somewhere to pick up.
I got a story about that too, because so what I was getting, David Chang, the chef.
I've heard.
Okay, so
P.F. Chang's brother.
no, that's funny. So Momofuku, he's got these restaurants. Momofuku. What is making you laugh?
That's a funny name.
Momofuku.
I didn't expect that.
They're like a very popular restaurant. They had a few in Manhattan. But I saw an article recently where David Chang he's a bully. He's taken over like these products from smaller companies and he's like buying them all, and he's just a bully.
He's making them exclusive to him?
Something like that, where you can't sell this specific, I think it's called Chili Crisp. And he's, whatever, I skimmed the article, but when I read the article, most people were like, oh, this guy's an asshole. When I was like, oh, I got to get my hands on some of that Chili Crisp sauce he's got. So like, it was like, try to be bad marketing for him, but it worked. So I go and I did find the Chili Crisp. It's at a Whole Foods. First thing I do when I get in my car, I pop it open, give it a good sniff.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't try it yet, but I noticed it said truffle. I don't like truffles. And I got the wrong one. I got truffle Chili Crisp. So now I opened it. I already opened it. I can't return it.
Yes, you can.
You can't return an open bottle.
So one, how are you gonna know if something smells bad or whatever if you don't open it?
Yeah, but I can't.
Because they're gonna check at the counter if you go to this is open.
Yeah,
this
and
is
you tell
bad.
them, that's when I realized it was the wrong thing. Whatever, I'm telling you, bring it back. If you want, I'll do it for
I
you.
don't think you can return an open
this
jar.
I promise you.
I don't think
I
you
almost want to prove you wrong that you could return.
Didn't
anything.
we already try this with you trying to prove us wrong with Wendy's?
Can I tell? Okay, buddy of mine who I graduated from high school with. Don't see that often. Shout out to Rudy. Hysterical. I run into him at my buddy's house the other day, and he's like, "Yo, I was listening to your show the other day, and I totally agree about the Wendy's doesn't have Apple Pay." That was brand new at that Wendy's. They didn't have Apple Pay for the longest time.
Can't believe
You're going back to this?
No, but that's what he was trying to say. How have you always tried to prove us wrong? And you know,
well, Wendy's clearly has Apple Pay.
it does. It does. Yeah, we did. But
Yeah.
what I'm
And
saying
it
is,
has for a long time as well.
you could return almost anything at like a Target or something. I promise you could return.
Yeah, all
that.
right. I'll see. I already gave.
I'm not saying you might not, but are you going to feel good about being like, hey, can I return this thing that is
Yeah,
really
what gives
fine?
a fuck? It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to kill anybody's.
Yeah,
bottom
I had to
line.
return something at a grocery store the other day, but it was like a piece of like a Tupperware thing
Yeah.
or like a. But even then, I feel like it feels so weird returning something at a grocery store.
I get it.
But
Yeah.
Tupperware, it wasn't used.
No, it was all wrapped up. I would have, but a food product, I don't know that I would.
With the Chili
return.
Crisp, it's just going to go to here's what I think.
Well,
They're not going to resell it.
what
No,
what
but
do
that's
you
not
use
your
it for?
problem.
You put it on the Momofuku noodles. David Chang has these ramen noodles. So I don't know if they're ramen. I don't know what they are. But they're really good. They come in little packages,
Yeah,
and you just drizzle the Chili Crisp on it.
Drizzle.
yeah. Well, maybe I'll buy it from you. It sounds like something I would like.
Maybe I'll give it to you then. This is my point. I'd rather give it to somebody at this point, because if I bring it back to Whole Foods, they're not going to restock
Do
it.
you
It's just
care
gonna go
about
in the
Whole
gar-
Foods' bottom line that you
No,
think
but
you're breaking
it's
the
not
bank
that.
for
I
your
just-
jar of?
It's a waste. Why waste it if I can give it to somebody?
Because if they do return it and you opened it, they have to throw it in the garbage. They can't.
no, I know.
They can't
I'm
resell
not
that.
saying they're
So
reselling it.
it is throwing a product.
It's
in the
throwing it
garbage.
right in the fucking trash. But
Yeah.
I just
Well, I don't know.
give a fuck.
You don't. I do.
That wouldn't have never crossed my mind.
That doesn't
like,
body you. That I just wasted this whole
I hate
thing.
that.
not
Like
even.
if I'm working and like something gets damaged or if somebody returns something, I know I'm not going to be able to resell it. Like sometimes I have to like physically throw it in the garbage. It breaks my heart.
Hurts. It hurts.
So
yeah.
like nobody's done anything wrong, but like all of this stuff just went in the garbage. It breaks my heart.
Price of business. It happens.
I'm not worried about the price of business. I'm worried about the fact that like all this.
price of business. It happens.
No, it's like it's
I
it's food.
understand
It's
that.
food that's going in the trash. It's
Do you know
not
how
getting
much
used.
food gets wasted?
Yeah,
That's
but-
not. At
okay,
least
that
that
doesn't
one's
make it
like an
better.
honest mistake.
That doesn't make it better. It's like, oh, well, there's a lot of food that gets wasted. I wish none of it got wasted.
But yeah, in a perfect world, it's just not reality.
Yeah, but can't
I know
you?
it's not, but-
Don't you want to do your best to not add to that?
put it this way: the food in these grocery stores, for the most part, ain't going to the people who like the poor and people who that
They do. I mean, they set up. There's like Island Harvest. There's like a company who takes old, like they pick up old food or like damaged cans, and they give it to
So
people
then
who
you
can
could
use
bring
it.
that back. Maybe they pick that shit up and do
They
it.
might.
So then feel better about bringing it back to the store. Because if it stays in your shelf and goes bad, it's never getting used.
Well, that's why at that point I'll give it to somebody. Like I would give it to Ryan. I'm going to bring.
I don't love truffle. I don't mind truffle. Truffle can be overused sometimes, but if it's used right, I don't mind it. So I'm interested to see.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of like food waste, since we're on this, I downloaded a new app this week called Too Good to Go. Have you heard of Too Good to Go? Too Good to Go, chick. You might like this. It might be right up your alley. What they do, it's mostly bagel places and pizza places. At the end of the day, you could reserve. They're usually like $4.99 to $5.99, like $4, $5, $6, $7 in that area. And what you do is you say, all right, I want to go to Gino's Pizza, and it says you got 5 surprise bags, $5. You put your thing on there, and you got to go there at the end of the day at 8:30 or whatever time is in there, and they'll give you a bag of any. They'll just throw stuff in there.
Yeah, because it's not going to be. Yeah.
Isn't that a good
Because
deal?
they're going to get money from it rather than throw it in the garbage. That's a great deal.
Don't you think that's a
Great deal. But again, if you really get into the thing that, if everybody wants to be so great and not waste things, why don't you give all that every day, donate it to like a fucking orphanage or some shit?
I guess it's
but like you said, like if a company can make business from it, that would be great if a company could do that. But
I think it's just more like, all
What's the
right,
name of it?
Too Good to Go.
Too good to go.
But
That's
it's
right
mostly
up my cheap ass's alley.
It is though.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, because you don't get like, from what I've heard, you get like a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, they probably just throw in a fucking
And for
bag of
pizza, like that stuff can last for a few days.
Yeah.
You'd get a chicken roll.
That's interesting.
So I don't know. I have yet to try it, but I've heard good reviews. That's my tip of the week.
But you downloaded it. You downloaded
It's
this app.
here, and I
Yeah.
look at it every day. I'm like, what could I
Pull the
get?
trigger.
Well, I might
wanna
do
see-
it today.
I want to see this.
I might
how
do
this
it today,
works.
but I feel like I've been a little carb heavy the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was
You know?
Jersey Mike's.
You're gonna blow up so quick now that you
I
got your
already
taste
feel it. I
buds
already
back.
feel it.
Yeah, but that's good. It's gonna fill out and not be so jiggly.
No, it won't. I just got to get my beard back to hide it. But that's another day.
I used to want to grocery stores. People the pro. I know. Really seized up for a second there. There's so much waste of produce in grocery stores because people are like always like hand picking through stuff, and if it's not perfect, they don't want it. There are companies that will send you produce that's not perfect for cheap. Like they send you a bag of it's fine produce, but it doesn't. It's a little bit weird. But would you go to a grocery store that like had somebody who doled out the produce? Like there was a guy, and then you go up and says, "I need 5,
Ripe bananas.
Yeah, I need 5 ripe bananas. Or I need so many these Fuji apples." And they give you like the employee gives you.
So you don't get a
what you want.
choice.
No.
You don't get to squeeze.
Yeah, you don't get to manhandle it. And you don't get to pick through the best
I
thing.
love that
It's like
idea.
first in, first out. It's like we need to keep this shit rolling,
Yeah.
so there's not a
Yeah,
bunch
you
of
get
grapes.
what you get, and you don't get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
hate
like,
seeing
this is
people
like-
throw things back.
Yeah, like this is like first in, first out is like the whole thing. It's like, these were as the grapes came in, you get the grapes. You're
Now,
up
is there
next,
a
you get the
discount?
grapes.
It's like Lotto.
Do we get a discount? Because they're choosing.
No, because there's an employee who's checking to make sure it's good. Like they're not giving you
so
shit.
he's not giving you bad.
No, he's not giving you bad stuff. He's
Okay.
just giving you the next in line to go out.
I like to feel my avocados though.
Well, you have
Yeah, you can feel
you
it after
pick-
he gives it to you.
No, you pick avocado is just something you can pick 3 different ripenesses. I need a hard avocado. I need a
Oh.
ripe avocado. I need a
Okay. And my tomatoes.
Yeah, but then you're gonna start doing this for all the fruits, and then how many are we doing here?
Avocados are really specific because that's like such a quick turnaround. Like
Yeah.
that's like
And people
when they're
either-
ripe, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
strike.
You got to strike while the avocado's ripe.
Yep.
That should be the new saying, by the way.
It should be.
Strike while the avocado's ripe.
We just invent stuff on this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I
You guys
just
are listening
I
for free.
never like there's places I've walked into that look like they have fantastic buffet or whatever, but like it's like a gas station / deli that has like a. You ever see those that have like a buffet basically,
Yeah.
like a hot food and all that? Yeah. And I just see randos coming in and people are coughing like
Yeah.
all over. It absolutely disgusts me.
Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel about produce fruit with people's dirty hands.
Yeah.
God knows where they've been, and they're just, you know what? No amount of water is going to clean off this fucking filth on my fruit.
I mean, I wouldn't say no amount of water, but you
Yeah.
know, I don't like to wash my produce. I wash my produce, but I don't like to give it a good wash because I feel like it shortens the life of it. Like if I wash my grapes, I feel like if they get really wet, you got to really let them dry, and then you know before they, or else they get. I feel like they go bad quicker if you soak them in water.
You like frozen grapes?
I have a bag of frozen grapes in my freezer right now.
That's a good snack right there.
What's
You
a
like-
good? I've never had a frozen grape,
Yeah,
It's a
it's like
great.
a little, it's like a little sorbet bowl.
Yeah.
but is it crunchy?
Yeah, it's got a. It's like it's hard. It's firm.
Could you bite it?
Yeah,
Or
you
you gotta
bite.
suck it
No, you
now?
bite
No,
it.
you bite it.
You bite it, and it's like a little. It's like a. Yeah,
I
it's
love
like a
grapes. I just never
Oh,
froze
you
them.
freeze a couple grapes.
I'm gonna.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah,
It's- it's like-
so I had them. I like to eat them fresh for a little while, and then once I feel like all right, it's getting close. So I don't know if I can eat all these right in the freezer, and then like I sometimes I'll buy a full bag and they all go right in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, frozen grapes.
interesting. That's
Red
funny.
grapes, green grapes.
I usually go green. Do you go red?
I'm red, yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like I don't really taste much of a difference.
I don't either.
I think I prefer the green are a little like sweeter.
Sweet. I feel the opposite. I
Or
feel
maybe
like the
not
green are
sweeter. They're a
sour.
little more sour. That's what I was just gonna say. The green's a little more sour than
Yeah.
the red. I prefer a red grape.
I guess I usually tend to get the green grape, but a red grape just
Yeah.
as good. Okay. I'm not.
I'll
that
get
picky.
whichever one looks better in the store. Like if it, I like a big, big, not too big, but I
do
don't
they
I don't like
call
I don't like
those?
little I don't like those little grapes.
What do they call a thing of grapes?
A bushel.
Bunch,
A bushel.
bushel.
A bunch. A bushel. I don't know.
Oh, you were very confident. I was like assumed you meant like you were right, but
I don't know.
there's got what's a thing of grapes? It's got to be something.
I don't. Either a bushel or a bunch.
A bunch of grapes, I think. Yeah, a bushel. I mean, I
Is
feel
it
like
a
a
bunch?
bushel.
I feel like a bunch is just like something like an idiot would like I would say. This is a
Like-
bunch of grapes.
No, because there are stuff that's a bunch, right?
yeah,
Bunch of.
yeah.
I don't know.
Bunch of idiots.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
I don't have many examples.
A bunch is humans.
Yeah. They also have another type of grape that I've never had, and I think I'm going to get it today. The cotton candy grape. Have you had
Yeah,
this?
No.
Is it legitimately cotton candy grape?
I don't know.
Or is it just?
Yeah, I've heard it doesn't. Live
I don't know
up.
if it's in season.
I've heard it doesn't live up to the hype.
But it could
Yeah.
be still good.
Could also be like sometimes there's a certain area where it gets good ones, and we're not like,
And we're
And
not
then
in
they just
there.
label them. Hey, there's a cotton candy grapes you've heard about from Georgia, and it's like, yeah, but
It's
these
like
aren't the real
weed.
ones.
Is it?
Yeah.
I saw the cotton grape a couple months ago. I don't know if it's still in season, but it was when my taste wasn't, so I wasn't going to try
I think it's a
it.
short window.
Yeah. That might be out of the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grapes.
Grapes. We always get into a heavy food.
We're heavy food combo. So what do you got going on today? That you got to be here.
So I have
Early.
a T-ball parade. Well, baseball parade, but with my T-ball
So you're
squad.
going to be in the parade?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I got
This
my
is
Angels hat.
beginning of the season parade.
Yeah, baby. First game. Well, first game is supposed to be tomorrow, but we only have 5 kids on the team.
Oh.
You need me to come down?
No, so there's only going to be 2 kids who can make it. So we got to reschedule
you have
that
to-
one.
You don't forfeit.
Every
you-
team only has 5. It's T-ball. You really only need an infield.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know. I thought that was odd too, that there's only 5 kids per
I mean, at
team.
least get them used to the game. Get them used to like.
Well, they have like an infield. You play on the infield. It's really just ground balls, throwing the first
Yeah, no-
and swinging a bat.
I guess nobody really hits it past
My nephew could pop the ball.
Kenny.
I feel like I used to get a hold of one. I mean, T-ball used to be a full field.
I feel like
Wow.
we were. I don't know. I felt the same way that I used to rope a ball off the tee, but maybe I'm like
In
I
your
don't.
memory. When you were a kid,
maybe
it
my
felt like- it felt
exactly.
like you were-
maybe
yeah.
like my memory isn't what I like. What it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just because I see these kids and I feel like
Your
I'm like,
memory isn't what it is now.
well, I just feel like I remember roping the ball off a tee, like he said, and I don't. There's not many kids roping the ball off a tee
I
nowadays.
bet you didn't hit it that as far as if.
No, I'm
what you
sure we
did.
didn't.
I promise you, I could hit the ball in T-ball.
I'm sure you could. But
I was a great fielder in baseball. That's what got me through.
I just
on
don't think you
tournament
guys
teams.
were hitting them, in
And
deep center field.
No, and that's why I'm saying I do agree with you that I probably wasn't hitting it as far as I thought I was.
I'm sure you got a hold of it though.
But my nephew's he's a bruiser. This kid he's the youngest one. It's not Robbie. It's
I love
Neeks.
that.
I
He's a
remember those
bruiser.
parades, those little league parades. Oh, and they would always end up with like a field, and then there would be like somebody would give a
Yeah, like a hot dog
presentation
or
of
some
some
shit.
type.
Nice.
I am I like the group a little. It's like all my friends' kids. It's literally like I know every parent. We went to high school together, so it's a good group. So I'm excited for that. It'll be fun. But I do not want to walk, the streets of Farmingdale.
Where does it go
fucking
then?
Sunday at
What's
2
the
o'clock
parade?
with playoff basketball on.
Are you guys passing me at all?
Probably. We're starting at Howard. So probably
wow.
we're going to be right by you.
You got to go
All
through
right,
there.
maybe I got
The parade starts, I believe. Well, we got to line up at 1:30.
Okay.
Where, Croxley's?
No, at Howard. So, we'll be there Sunday. Well, no
right.
one's
And
gonna
how
hear
long
this.
is the walk?
I would imagine we're walking to Allen Park. I hope this is the walk. Howard to
Yeah,
Allen.
how was that? Like a
Maybe a mile.
mile?
Yeah.
I don't know
won't be
how
that
far
bad.
we're going to be able to walk these kids.
Yeah, that seems like a
I don't remember. Again, the parade, I felt like who knows how long it is.
right.
You ever any interest in a hike? You ever go on a hike?
Oh, I've been on plenty of hikes, but a parade is. I don't.
No, I'm
want
not
to
saying
walk.
like, yeah, but like,
I love hiking.
yeah.
Well, let me rephrase that. I like relaxing hikes. I don't want to be fucking trekking it upward, like up a mountain. But if
Same
it's
here.
like a scenic, I could walk it. There's waterfalls and shit. Like, yeah, I love all that.
I get nervous with altitude. I think
Around here, you're not going to get it.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, you do know. I mean,
No, there's no spot on Long Island that's your altitude sickness is
we're
going to
sea
kick in.
level, dude.
Yeah, but we have
There's
some
peaks.
we have some peaks
Yeah, I went to a place in Huntington. Forget the, like
by Cold Spring Harbor.
But even
no,
these
there's like that
peaks-
farm, but it's like there's some pretty big peaks. There's some cliffs down to the
but not
sound.
when the altitude's killing you, yeah.
no, you're not in the mountains.
Yeah, but sometimes
You're up
I
high.
get in my head.
That's about.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in your head.
So you don't get like lightheaded. That's what I'm afraid of.
No,
Get
never.
peanut allergies up there.
No.
Peanuts. All right. I would like to hike. I think.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like I went on a big long hike last week and just feels so
Feels good.
You feel like you accomplished something.
Yeah, you feel good. Your body
took on
feels
that
good.
road.
Your mind feels good. Like it feels good to be in nature.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
just
really
it's a reinvigorating experience.
so good.
No animals out there, right?
Deer.
Deer,
Came across a bunch of deer.
but nothing like.
Squirrels. Nah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know what's on Long Island.
You get
Coyotes?
A fox is the no coyotes. You get a fox every
You
now
get
and
some
again.
eagles and stuff.
I
Some
love
eagles. You get some
is a fox?
some turkey
Hawks.
vultures. Huh?
A fox. Would that attack?
No. I mean,
No,
I guess
they'd
given
run-
the right situation.
Yeah, if you're like
maybe.
near its babies, it might. But if you're, yeah,
Would
no.
they bite? You
I mean,
think?
if you go to
don't know.
touch it, maybe.
I wouldn't want to touch it. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I want to
Why
grow
are
up.
you sitting there like this talking? Would a fox bite?
I don't know. It's comfortable for me. He's always yelling at me.
Yeah.
You notice that?
He's very critical.
He's so critical. Yesterday, we were talking about like the Knicks and the hockey game was on, and I was watching the hockey game, and he got like mad at me because I was
I
like
didn't get
watching
mad at
hockey.
you.
He was like, "You're not." If you're like he doesn't think I'm a real fan because I don't watch 82 games and make it my entire personality. You know, because I'm an adult.
I haven't seen him do a thing about the Islanders all year.
okay. You're not allowed to watch a game.
No, it wasn't that he was watching. He
But
sends a picture. He doesn't tell everybody that he sends a picture with his Islander jersey, like he's this. You know
No,
what
no,
I'm
no, no.
saying? He never gives anybody the full story. The only reason why he said it was like one, the Knicks are about to start. I know he's
It's
a
an
good
hour
Knick
before
fan
the
and what,
game.
but he's wearing his Islander jersey like he's this gung ho Islander fan. I'm like, dude, you may like them, like fair weather, that's fine.
Can I-
But enough.
So here's how it really went. So the other guy, Pat, is in our group text, sent out a text saying, "Ready for the game," and he sent a picture of him in his jersey. So what I did, I sent out a picture of me in my Islanders jersey, and next to that was my Knicks jersey hanging up because I'm a jersey guy. I'm
Jersey Mike guy too.
yeah, but you know what I mean. So I sent that. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm finishing up with the Islanders. Got the Knicks on the way.
May I?
You may.
Did you have the jersey on when you got the text and sent it, or did you put the
I
jersey
had
on
it
for the
I
picture?
had it on. The Islanders. Now, listen. As far as me being an Islander fan, I had to explain this to him yesterday. I invited him to a game this year already.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know the players. I watch a few games. I like to watch them the
Okay,
playoffs. And I'm always feel like I got to prove myself to this idiot. Right away, he's like, "Name all the lines. Give me the lines." I'm like, you want me to text you?
I
Like,
said you're a big fan of the team. You couldn't even name half the because I couldn't name 5 guys.
well,
in
I
the
could,
whole hockey.
and I started to do it, and then he's like, well, give me the first names. He's just a lunatic.
That's crazy. Yeah, you seem invested in him not being a hockey fan for some reason.
He's invested in
I
everything
wasn't
about me.
invested. It was like a 5-minute exchange.
He yells at me about the Knicks. He's
I like
you're
how
a fair
fast
weather fan.
I changed sides. Like you told something, I'm like, yeah, you fucked up, and then you said something. No, you're fucked up. And then
Well,
you
we're
guys
very
are good at convincing me. Yeah,
no,
who's-
but he's.
well, but because he never gives the full side of the story.
No, you only. But I did give the full side.
No,
I gave the whole
had
story.
To tell you. I had to come in and chime in about the jerseys that you were wearing.
Yeah, but then he gave the
But I
jersey
gave the-
context.
what
you were
happened?
never doing that unless I started and called you out for wearing it.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Forget it.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
but you
knows.
called him out for something that he came back to. He justified back to you.
I told you why I sent it. It's because we got a text from somebody else wearing a jersey. So I didn't just the way he makes it seems
Yeah.
like I'm just sending a picture out of nowhere with a jersey.
Yeah.
It's like I'm adding on to this conversation. He's such a grump. He's
We're
such a
not
grump. He is.
He thinks I'm mad and angry because I'm sending it. I'm not
No,
mad or
not
angry.
just that. The group text. You already know the group text with me, him, and Pat Dunn. It's a very volatile
It
text.
is.
You tell us we
think-
should get out.
I think it will be eventually the downfall of the adult babies. Is
I
that
agree.
that text thread will eventually be the downfall of this podcast.
But sometimes
No
sometimes we
way.
just text him and the miserable you know how sometimes a text message you could feel the misery coming out of it. Like there's nothing.
So wrong.
I'm not wrong, chick. I'm not. And it just it is going to be the downfall of the adult
Yeah.
babies. And he's always
urge
just
you to drop that and get out of
I'm
that.
gonna Monopoly Go and that text group chat done.
Yeah.
I completely disagree. It's gonna be the downfall.
Did you
of the
ever
adult
hate
baby.
somebody so much and they're
Yes.
a fan of a team and you like I have no vested interest in the Islanders. I don't like hockey at all. But I hate the Islanders because there's somebody that I hate so much that
100%.
loves the
Yes.
Islanders so much.
Yes.
And like I just hope they always lose.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Yeah, but I
on
like
board
the
with that.
Islanders, so now you
Not
have-
good enough.
You don't care.
But there's also
this
people.
person
There's also
really
people I
must have
like
did
so
you-
much that I want.
Their
I
teams
root
to
for
win.
their team. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
I get it.
Yeah, like I like the Eagles because I like so many. I like so many Eagles fans.
That's how.
I don't like the Eagles, but like I like when they win because I like so many Eagles fans.
You like Eagles fans? I've never heard.
I
this.
like there's so many people that I like that are Eagles fans.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild to me. I don't know. I don't know who your
It's
friends are. But
the most despising city
Yeah, no, I know. I hear
ever.
that.
Yeah, I fucking hate. The
Yeah, they're
teams,
atrocious
the people,
fans.
They're,
Yeah.
they're atrocious people.
they're just gross people.
I hate it.
That's one thing me and Chick
I
can
love
agree
Philly.
on.
Yeah, I love
I can't
Philly. I
believe-
love
I
how
don't
shitty
believe
those
you-
people are. They are. They're terrible people, but I love it so much. I love the accent. You know,
Oh, the accent is gross too.
it's terrible. I love it. Everything I love about Philly is because of how bad it is. I love how mean the people, the sports fans are. Like the whole story behind it. But then they're all so funny.
Yeah,
I
from
don't
Philly,
see the funny.
People from Philly are so funny.
are they?
Yeah,
I guess
whether
so.
they mean to or not, they're funny.
I think they're a joke. I wouldn't say they're funny,
No, they're hilarious.
but
I want no part of them. I want no part of them.
that's a city that if it got wiped off the map, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. It's
What about the Liberty Bell? What about the cheesesteaks?
I
so
don't. I don't
stupid.
even care. I'd lose
I
the
went
history.
to I went to Liberty Bell. Yeah, a couple months ago or so, 2 months ago.
Not great, right?
No, it's stupid.
What was the Liberty Bell anyway?
Just a bell with a crack.
I know, but
But it
what-
wasn't. I didn't realize it wasn't famous because of the crack. I always thought it was famous because it had the crack in it. Like, it was
that's what they
famous,
ring,
and then it got cracked.
yeah,
So the
got
Liberty Bell
cracked
did
during
what?
a war. I think.
Yeah, like they would like ring it like when they were going to
It's like an
war or
alarm.
something like that.
Yeah, it's like an alarm bell.
Ding, ding, ding. Wars.
I don't know.
happening.
There's like literally, I'm sitting there going like, why is this thing important? And there's like, it's all around it is all pictures and videos explaining to you why the Liberty Bell is important.
And
I
you still
couldn't
can't
even
figure it
bring
out.
myself to care to like read about it or to
Yeah.
watch the video. And I'm like, the information is right here, and yet I'm going to leave here knowing just as little as I did when I got here.
Yeah. I saw that same Liberty Bell, and I felt
You saw the same
way.
one? In Philly, right?
It
The
was
one in Philly?
This one had a crack.
Yeah, so did mine.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
but it was like, yeah,
it's the same one.
it was like in glass.
Oh,
Is it encased?
Now it is, yeah.
Oh, that's
it used
so
to be, you used to be able to just like walk up and like touch it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. It should be encased.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't have people touch it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's not like it's a piece of paper. Like the
It's not like it's a
Constitution.
piece of produce where you could just put your dirty mitts all
Yeah,
over
no
it.
one's licking it.
You'd be surprised.
What about that thing in where is it in Europe? Fuck, not Greece. Maybe Ireland, where you dip down and you're like,
Oh,
the kissing.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Wall.
gross.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would kiss it.
You would have to.
Yeah.
That
My
fa-
dad
that
went
face?
in there and did it. I don't know if he kissed it or whatever, but he did the. But he said it's like it's
Was it the Blarney Stone? Is that what
Blarney.
the Blarney
that's it.
Stone.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, I
kissing
would
wall.
kiss the Blarney. You know the big kissing booth in Europe?
Yeah.
I would kiss it. Why not?
This
And
guy
look,
would-
I feel like I always feel like if enough people do something and nobody's like died, then I'll do it.
Nobody's coming out with like herpes from kissing the Blarney Stone.
yeah, it's a
Imagine
stupid
that
Irish
story.
thing.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I know. I said it's a stupid Irish thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a touristy. Those touristy things are fun to do. I'm
Some
I'm
of
a
them
big,
are.
I'm
No,
a
I
big
like
supporter of
touristy
like when you
shit.
go to a place, do the touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
why
agree.
not?
Don't shy away from like, oh, it's tourist. It's fun.
And also,
Yeah.
you're a tourist.
Yeah, I'm literally here as a tourist. I want to do the thing. Like, yeah, see a bunch of other stuff. Don't only see the tourist stuff, but see the
I would
tourist
love
stuff.
to tourist New York City.
Yeah.
You should.
Right? That would be
Yeah,
a good
I
idea
feel
to
like
do
I'm-
with that, guys.
yeah.
We should maybe do that one day.
We've talked
What
about
an
this
idea.
a lot.
Whenever B's ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
All right.
A lot of things happening.
And it's getting nice out. It's,
Yeah.
Weather's
Well, now we can
feel like-
record. we can lock them down for Sunday. We can record in the morning. Then we
Yeah.
can go straight to the city
I
and
really
go to the
feel like
Statue
this
of Liberty.
is probably something that's a good idea.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put something in the books, friends.
All right.
All right. Put something in the books. You tell me when, and we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I don't believe you, but okay. I'm excited.
Come on. I'll do it.
I sat around a fire last night.
You know, when I come here and I'm late, sometimes I this has happened twice where I'm like, I hope I walk in the backyard and they're like recording in by the fire.
Yeah, well, it's too early.
I
You
know,
can't do
no,
it.
I
It's
know.
got to be a late night thing. But yeah, so there's a fire pit back there. We've been teasing doing a fire pit episode. So we
We
it's,
will
good-
do
it's a
that.
good right now is a perfect season to do it.
It
It's
is.
not too warm,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
but God, you leave stinking like smoke.
I like the smell of it though.
I like the smell of it when I'm there a little bit, but it gets in your eyes, and then like you
does.
leave. Like I had to come home, strip off my clothes, throw it in the like I had to get in the shower. You stink.
You do stink, but I'm
Yeah.
so used to smelling like some sort
He
of
always
smoke
smells
that
like
it's
smoke.
just like
But this is a good. Like I did. I was by a fire pit a couple weeks ago, and my coat the next day, I smelled like
Yeah.
a fire pit, and I kept smelling myself. I loved
How long were you by the fire?
it. Like an hour, a couple. I don't know.
That's a long time.
We
yeah.
did. Yeah, maybe less. I don't know. We were
I
doing
wore
like
clothes. I intentionally picked clothes that I knew, like I wore older clothes because I knew I was going by a fire. So then
I
was
don't believe that. I respect that.
Like, yeah.
a good fire to sit next to.
Yeah. So we're sitting there, and then
I
they had
can't even look at you.
they had
with
they had
this
music.
saying that.
They had music on, and then you know Mazzy Star,
I know the name.
Fade. Yeah.
Fade.
Fade into you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
No
that
idea.
came on. You don't know that song? It came on, and I love that song so much. To me, it's like literally one of the most beautiful songs in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got so annoyed that people were talking through it. And I want to be like, I thought we all agreed like once Mazzy Star comes on, everybody shuts up and just like enjoys the song for 4
I'm
minutes.
glad I
and
wasn't
then-
there because I wouldn't have known to.
Well,
I
feel
didn't- I don't know
if
the
you know
Mazzy Star
I feel like
rules.
if you know, yeah, Fade into You. I feel like if you know the song,
Let's
you
hear
know
it.
you know like to
I want
not-
to talk through the whole thing because I don't know the song.
No, I understand that, but like they obviously know it because I can't play it here.
Oh.
Anyway.
I gotta listen to that on the way home because I know I feel like I've seen that. You know how Sirius has like the name and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it on that a bunch of times, but I don't recollect the song. But what you want people to just stare at a fire
I want
and
people
listen?
to. Yeah, I think
You
it's,
want people to stop what they're doing
Uh-huh.
and
Completely.
collectively because Maisie Star is on.
Yes.
Just stop talking and just stare into the fire.
Correct.
What's the song name?
I feel like it's the perfect song to do that with. Yeah.
Do you have the confidence to speak up and be like, guys, This is the time where we,
No, I just sat
we
there.
reflect.
I just sat there and
Fade Into You, Maisie Star.
yeah, my Apple Music won't play.
I got it. Oh, that was me.
Hey,
Okay.
you're not supposed to
you.
talk.
You're not supposed to talk.
You too.
Well, now we're talking about it. You know the song?
It sounds familiar.
It does.
I mean, it's like top 5 songs.
It's a great song.
To me, and like truly,
Is this a 90s song?
yeah, probably 90s.
It is a great
Yeah,
song.
93.
Here's what I
Yeah.
feel though.
Was this in a movie?
It's got to be.
it
It
must-
has to have been in a movie at some
It
point.
feels like a movie montage where like it's playing in the background and people are sort of like
Sitting by a fire,
sitting by a fire and talking, like
having a good time.
having a good time, and that's in the background.
Yeah.
But you want everybody to just stop and focus on that.
And listen to the song.
Where you can't just sit there and enjoy it on your own.
No.
You know, you can't do that. You should be able to.
I-
Why can't you enjoy
I
it?
did. I checked out during the song.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say anything. I sat and I just focused 100% on that song.
I feel like that would be enough.
I was staring into the fire, listening to the song. I'm like, I just appreciating how beautiful the song is,
Mm-hmm.
the power of fire.
Yeah.
And then these people are yapping about something less important than Mazzy Star.
Yeah. It depends what the conversation is. though.
No, it doesn't.
If it's annoying
We
conversation.
can come back to it. Whatever it is, we can come back
right.
to.
I think there's something cool about hearing your friends talk sort of
Listen to
in the
this.
distance.
So on the song, not on the album description, it goes, on Fade Into You, Sandoval's weary voice falls across acoustic strumming like velvet curtains brushing an empty dance floor.
Hey,
Just him saying that.
that's shut up worthy.
That's
Yeah.
a poem. That description was a poem. I think people
No,
are
you're
allowed
right.
to talk.
I am the problem, but
You are the problem, but that's all
I
right.
didn't say anything. I wasn't like, can everybody please be quiet? Mazzy Star is on.
But you thought it.
I didn't even
I did
know who
think it.
Mazzy Star was. If you said that to me, I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
That whole album is good. I don't know if you like the
No,
sound of that.
I might check
that,
it out.
that whole album is really good.
I
That
do
song
like-
does sound familiar. It
You've,
sounds like a 90s,
you've definitely heard that song before.
like when there's drama in the movie. That's
Yeah.
like the cut.
Yeah.
You go to
Yeah.
that song and someone's crying.
You just
in their
got into a
room.
fight with somebody.
Yeah, somebody's crying in their room, reading, looking at pictures of them in their broken relationship.
And
At
you
least I know
realize
what song I'm putting on the Instagram post. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
You got to now. You know what's funny? I had a song that I was gonna, but we could hold that for
What
another
song
day.
was it?
No, I'll tell you.
Oh, it's a surprise.
No, not
Is
a
it
surprise.
Rap diss track?
No,
What's
no.
going on with this? Like, are you following any of this rap diss
I didn't
stuff?
hear either song.
Either. There's like 6
Who's
there's like
dissing?
Well, J.
Rick
Cole,
Ross is dissing
Oh, I didn't even know that. But
Drake, and Drake's got has 2 songs for
J. Cole
towards
dissed
Kendrick.
Kendrick, right?
Cole against Kendrick. Like,
But then Cole apologized.
and then Quavo. Somebody made a song about.
I don't know
Chris
Quavo.
Brown wrote a song about Quavo. I don't know. I don't follow. I don't like any of these people. But
That's my issue. I
want
don't really care for any of them.
I want to sit down with somebody who follows all this shit and explain it to me from front to back. Because I used to love rap beeps.
Yeah.
So did I.
I used to love rap beeps.
I agree
So I
totally.
want to know. I want to enjoy this. I want to know, like, is there because they reference things that you're really not going to pick up.
Well,
like,
that's why I'm saying it always, when you know a little bit more about what's going on, it makes the tracks better.
yeah, when LL Cool J was battling cannabis every week, there would be a new cannabis.
Bus?
Yeah, I was like, I knew all the references that they were saying, and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, you just cut them up about this or that.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like now I'm like, I don't know. They're
but
they're
you're not-
referencing
Yeah,
girlfriends that I
wouldn't
don't know.
Is it somebody that started it? And
So
or is
Kendrick-
it like a bunch of different people going at?
Kendrick very loosely mentioned Drake and the Drake and J. Cole song that was like a big hit for a while, and everybody said like how Cole his verse was incredible, and he's one of the best, and he proved himself as one of the best. So Kendrick very quickly in a song mentioned that song, and was like kind of said, "I'm the best,"
Oh,
and then that was it. And then J. Cole wrote a song about Kendrick, but then apologized for it and said
Yeah,
that wasn't.
like apologized.
Took it down and apologized. It's I don't really believe that. I felt pressure to respond, but I think you're one of the best. I don't.
Wow. In my day, there was no apologies in your
Well,
No,
that's
man.
what happened to me. You
Yeah.
don't apologize.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like you try to get both best of both worlds. Like you wanted to be the bigger person, but you already put the song out, so
Yeah.
you got that, and then now also you're acting like you're bigger than that.
Don't you question some of these though?
I think it's
now?
a lot of it's all
Like,
made up.
It's a lot of it because it gets
good for
people
business.
talking. Yeah,
I think-
all this stuff is.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like premeditated, like where like, hey, let's stir things up, let's start going at each other.
Stir the pot.
Yeah, but I think they all understand that it's
Good for business.
yeah until somebody dies.
Yeah, it's all good until somebody dies. That's what they say in the rap.
Yeah, that's when I'll be interested.
when someone
I would
dies.
love a documentary about the history of like rap battles.
There's some.
Are there?
I'll find one for you. I think I know a decent one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll look for it.
like from like the Ice Cube
From the old,
and
yeah, no,
Nas,
from the old, yeah, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, exactly.
like
from the
all those old ones, and like where they go through and pick up the references and they
That would be interesting.
right.
Yeah.
Even when the Dre and Easy E and Ice Cube and them, those are great ones.
Yeah. Do you have any, like
Ice Cube shit all over them. NWA, it was fantastic.
yeah. You have any ideas for documentaries? Like if you were going to make a documentary, what would the topic be? I'll let you think about that. Come back
Yeah,
to
that's
me. Come back to me.
That's
Come back
a
to me
loaded
next
question.
week. Yeah. That's,
I do often think about that.
yeah.
You know.
What would you like to see a documentary about?
That's why I like the 30 for 30s. They do a lot of good.
30 for 30s are fantastic.
Yeah. I haven't watched. I think
I would
any of
want
them,
to do
but I want
something
to.
from my youth that they get into in detail, like something that I was in. I don't know.
Right.
I'm trying to think.
You want it. So you want something like
It was some
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Right.
The history of He-Man.
Would it be but would you rather something that you know all about or something that you kind of like would you
Yeah.
Something that I know about that could tell me more or make me relive it.
Right.
Because you rewatched the OJ documentary, right?
Loved it.
Yeah.
He's a
That
big
one
OJ
was
fan.
so good.
It was a fantastic documentary.
And
What-
the show
what-
was really good because I wound up watching the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather watch something that like
To relive it
Relive
or
it.
learn about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like 30 for 30, like the 94 Knicks were. Like
That was awesome.
The one I watched recently was July 17th, 1994. Which
Yeah, that's what the OJ chase. That was the 94 Knicks game. And that
Oh,
was
right.
also-
everything happened on one day.
Right.
And that was pretty interesting. It made me relive, like, I remember watching that chase and being upset that the Knicks, it was going
Yeah.
on to the Knicks game. It was game 5 or something like that.
Yeah, it was one of the early games.
I think the only one I watched, the only 30 for 30 I watched maybe was there was a pitcher who was like high on acid.
Oh,
yeah, it's when
yeah.
he threw
I think he threw a perfect game, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. I forgot the guy's name, but
Oh, that's a crazy story.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, did
The
you
Len
see...
Bias one was cool.
Len Bias was great. 30 for 30 has a bunch of them. And they're coming out with a Stuart Scott one now. I think that'll be good.
Oh, nice.
Did you guys see that lady that brought her dead uncle into a bank and had him sign something?
No.
Whoa.
Like Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's video of it.
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
In a wheelchair? Like,
Guy was in a wheelchair, and then at one point, like the video starts, and she tries to get him like move his hand, and his head just goes, and she's got to do one of these, bro. It's wild.
you saw the video of it?
Saw the video. It's all over the place.
dead
I
guy.
I think it happened in Brazil.
How did she get caught? Just because it was so obvious? No, I
Dude,
I
she
know
was
it's
getting-
a dumb. Was it so obvious, or did something stupid happen?
No, so I mean, I think the lady, the bank teller, was filming it. Everybody around was like, he was clearly dead. Like,
so his
wild.
eyes were open.
His eye, I forget if his eyes were open. I don't think they were.
She better have had sunglasses on, this motherfucker.
He didn't have
She
sunglasses.
had
on.
strings over him. She was like, all right, now sign that.
She did get arrested, and I think it was for, like, I want to say, I don't know, 10 grand, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't worth it.
That's what she was trying to get.
Yeah, like when people die and they have to sign something,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
basically one of those situations. But
Wow.
I don't know the whole backstory.
I'm sure it was
of
like she had the right to this. Like all he needed to do was sign it, but he died before he could sign it.
It was
So
probably
she's
like that, but-
if I could just get him down there to sign it. What if?
So what? Couldn't she? I guess she couldn't forge it beforehand. Like they have. It must
He's
be
gotta
one of
be
those
there.
situations where the guy has to be present.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I guess I gotta."
He's present. I mean,
He's
his body
here.
is present.
He's
yeah.
here.
Wow.
Yeah, look that video up.
I
It's
am
it's
gonna.
wild, and it's like it's one of those things where it's like so clearly. Oh. Although I could see, you know how some people were like really, really sick, and it's like
They look dead.
they look dead. Like
Did you see the episodes with Richard Lewis after he was already
Oh, yeah.
dead?
I
in
haven't,
Curb?
seen, I haven't watched that season yet. I'm going to, but yeah, I think
There-
you said like he
there
looks like he was dead.
okay. Other
Yeah, it
episodes,
wasn't-
some episodes he looked better than others, but there was one episode where I'm like, he looks dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was like the one right after he
Oh my
died.
God,
yeah, it wasn't.
that's rough.
He never looked great in the last couple seasons,
No,
but now
no.
he's just, you could tell he was teetering.
Oh,
Sucks.
no.
I'm glad they got him on for the full
The whole season,
though,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Well, they could have CGI'd a little bit of health into him.
I know you've
Little
done
bit of
that for me. At least Larry could do that for Richard.
Yeah.
I didn't. I said this. I used to love Curb. The last couple seasons, I just felt it's not. It's just not.
That's why I didn't. I liked
It was
the last
due to end.
couple seasons.
It was due.
but they weren't as.
Yeah,
there
they weren't
was
as-
great moments in it.
Exactly.
And a lot of people said like I got to the season late, and a lot of people said, "Yeah, it's all right."
Yeah.
so
It had,
I'm
it
just
had
not.
moments, but it wasn't
It had moments.
anything.
I
So,
enjoyed
yeah, I'm
the
not-
finale though.
I'm not stoked to start it, but I will eventually watch it. But
There's some good parts in it, and the ending I thought was hats off. Larry did a good job.
I
yeah.
enjoyed it. I even by the way, you called that weeks ago. That ended.
did.
Chick like. I make fun of Chick because I think he's so like stoned and out there. But like once again, the guy he impresses me with his television and movie knowledge. He was on top of it before everybody. I'm talking about weeks ago.
yeah,
He predicted the ending.
I said it just has a vibe that they're going to do what they did in Seinfeld,
yeah.
Yeah, they did.
and then they nailed it.
You got to get Chick out of here.
Yeah.
Get to his parade.
Yeah, I do have to. I was looking at the clock.
Yeah.
I didn't want to end it myself and be the one who's trying to get out of here.
No, yeah, we got it.
You can end it.
Yeah, we're over an hour.
You know what we should start doing? We should start doing like the Pete and Sebastian show does. With they have a duck, I believe, at an hour.
Yeah.
We need a sign when we know, like,
Yeah.
all right, we're at.
Yeah, that just came out. I think it was the Whitney Cummings episode.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do
I don't
they
like when
do?
they have guests on that.
I don't
podcast.
either. I don't either at all.
I hate that they're doing that. Like, oh, other podcasts are more successful. How can we be more successful? You got to have guests on. Okay, now you're just like every other podcast that has
know.
the same comics on, telling the same shitty stories. Like, what's good about you is you guys just talk about each other's lives and you're funny together.
Agree.
I'd rather hear their friends come on than like other
No.
celebrities.
No, because they've done that a little bit too.
Oh, they
like,
did?
Well, they had like a wine and cheese guy, and like they had him
No,
on.
but I don't mean that. I'm talking about like I'd rather have if I listen to a couple of celebrities, I'd rather see like who are these guys hanging out with. Like
Well,
like if B got famous, just for obviously an easy hearsay, is like if B got famous and did a show and had his own podcast with other comics, and me and you were guests who are just friends.
yeah. I just don't like when,
first of all, I drop you right away.
and we talked about a little bit about this on this podcast because like they had Jay Leno on. I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. Like to have Jay Leno in the mix of these two guys. Like, how is that going to work? But then it just becomes a Jay Leno interview where he tells stories about shit like I don't really care about,
and stuff I've heard before.
stuff I've heard 1,000 times, and it's like, no, just like talk about your lives. Like you tell your story about what you were doing, and like have Jay Leno give his opinion on that, or like, yeah, how can you like what?
Well,
what
like
did you do that?
say with this podcast, instead of bringing a comic on and like knowing about them, just come on and join what we already have.
Yeah, what we're doing. Yeah,
I like
that-
that way of.
that's a message.
That's
That's a message to the guests from
That's
here
our
on out.
new. That's
And this isn't to insult the comics that have come on before and we've interviewed, but I always feel a natural pull to ask some questions and to interview them. But that's not really what I want to do. I want to talk about the shit we talked about today and then hear their input on it.
See their
and
input,
if they say like, oh yeah, I used to have work boots and I did,
Yes.
yeah, you relate to that.
That's our new,
I don't
that's
care
our
about-
way of how we're going to do guests from
Yeah.
now on. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Also, one quick thing. I know we're trying to wrap up. I don't listen to the Theo Vaughn podcast often, but he just had a Carney on, and it was really interesting.
That's interesting.
So like just
Yeah, that's
regular.
a fun
I think
thing.
he's having
Yeah.
just regular
Did you
people.
see the two chefs with Down syndrome who cooked?
No.
That Theo Vaughn went on their show
No.
and cooked with them.
You
And
sent me that. I didn't watch it yet.
It's fucking. It's like it's not like he's not making fun of them. It's funny though.
Yeah.
It's really like heartwarming.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
I follow these two all the time anyway because they make me laugh and it's whatever. I have a little soft spot for the downtrodden.
You Vaughn have like an interesting relationship. I think he's a really funny guy. He's super unique, but I think he does say some shit that's like kind of like out of left field, like kind of bizarre.
Yeah,
but I think he's a genuine, like, good guy.
I do. I think he's genuinely a good guy. But like, I think a lot of the things that he says that's wild are to be funny. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. Sometimes he has guests on, and I'm like, I wouldn't even want to be associated with that person. You know what I mean?
But so he cooks with 2 kids with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And it's fucking good.
Right.
It's only 12 minutes, too.
Oh, I could do 12 minutes.
It's like a short, and he does something. I don't even want to say anything, but it's got some moments where he's funny in it with them, though.
All right. Yeah, so check out Theo Vaughn and that lady who brought a dead guy into a bank.
Yeah.
And, all right, guys. Well, if you made it this far, we appreciate it. We appreciate you. Hey,
like and subscribe.
I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you guys.